Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and tonight we're talking about the most noble of all professions, the busting of ghosts. Specifically in the year of our Lord, 2016, but also in the year 2021, because we are here in 2021, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. But first, I would like to toast everyone who is in the chat tonight. So, without any further ado, oh yeah, we got it going on here. A big toast to Rob S. You know, I could just do this all live stream, but instead, I'm going to toast the Machiavellic. A toast to joy. A toast to Carlini. A toast to Paul, and thank you, Paul, for chiming in during our little test, which was just a few minutes ago. We were trying to iron out some bugs, so thank you very much. A toast to Osaka Jack. And of course, the biggest toast of the night to my lovely and talented woman behind the scenes, Monica. A toast to Monica. And a toast to you, Retrobot. Are you even listening? You know what? He absorbs the nostalgia regardless of whether he's listening or not. It's sort of a radiation thing, I think. But nonetheless, he still benefits even if he's not paying attention. Which, put that away! I have told him you can't eat the plugs. Okay? It's bad. So, tonight's word? Slime! So, if we speak of slime, then it will be time for me to imbibe. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. It's the best I could do on short notice. But it did give me enough time to give a big call out and a hello toast to Asher and Mike Spicer. I'm glad you guys could make it. And so Rob and Osaka Jack want to know if this is the immortal Ecto Cooler. And no, this isn't. We do have Ecto Cooler. This is a can. It is only 5 years old, and I have not opened it. I am terrified to open this can. But instead, we got the next best thing, which is a big glass of splurt, or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, I've got splurt. And I did want to, before I go into other stuff, I wanted to throw out a thank you to Michael Spicer. He got me a gift this week of alkaline water because he knows that I have chronic acid reflux, and this is water that is that has a positive pH, which means that it's basic or alkaline instead of acidic. So I guess it helps you to, you know, if you tend to lean a little bit on the acid side, this presumably, and you know, I did notice that when I was drinking it, I wasn't getting reflux. So that was good, and it just tastes like water. And that was really the biggest thing for me. Like, I chugged this, and I don't really like waters that have goofy flavors, so it just tasted like purified water. So thank you, Michael Spicer, for the alkaline water, which is not a sponsor of this channel. Doesn't mean it couldn't be. Give me a call. So, with that out of the way, and you see, Michael, I did finish it, so thank you. So, let's jump in to our spoiler-free review, because today we saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, okay? This is brand new. This is one of the most eagerly anticipated movies ever. Like, people have been waiting, 35 years? Something, well, not quite 35 years, because they did have the sequel, but people have been waiting for a new Ghostbusters movie that was a sequel to the original for 30 plus years. And so this movie is a big deal. Now, of course, you probably remember that in 2016, we did get a Ghostbusters movie, but it was not a sequel. And I will say that when I first heard that it was just kind of a reboot, I was not enthused. The idea of just, reboots, sometimes a reboot is necessary. Sometimes you go back to that original movie that you have golden memories of, and you rewatch and it's like, oh, it's, it's a little bit dated. It's it's not the glorious thing that you had pictured in your mind cinema. And so, sometimes a fresh version of the same story is good. But I didn't feel like that needed to happen with Ghostbusters. Nonetheless, I greatly enjoyed the 2016 Ghostbusters, and we'll talk about that more later. But right now, I want to shout out and give a big toast to Connie and Nathan Fillion. That one's for Connie. And that one's for Nathan. What did I say this was? Splurt? Yeah, okay, I like... because, at some point, we're just going to start inventing products to endorse us, since we haven't gotten any real ones. And where's that canned chicken when you need it, right? But anyway, so we saw... Oh, and... Lyric and Cadence Fillion say hello. Hi, Lyric. Hi, Cadence. A big toast to Lyric. And a big toast to Cadence. So Osaka Jack wants to let me know that nothing wrong with reboots, Clay. Just had to do one to get the stream ready. I see, because we kind of did a reboot before this stream. I did a test, a very quick test stream, and the sound was off. I think that somehow I was running two instances of my streaming software, and it was slowing everything down, and so I needed to do that. But anyway, so we saw Ghostbusters Afterlife today. And I have to say, I saw a review of this movie a couple weeks ago that was scathing. It said, this movie is unwatchable, the tone is all wrong, it plods through the blah, 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 and it made it seem like this movie was the biggest pile of dog poo that you could make the mistake of going to the theater to see. And while I will say that there were some things that early on, I remember they made the comment that this movie was going to be the movie that fans wanted. Kind of a stab at the 2016 Ghostbusters, which I thought was inappropriate and kind of crappy. So that did not endear me to the movie early on. And then later, there was that whole thing about how, they were pushing that you have to see this in the movie theater. Okay, you can't really appreciate it unless you see it in the theater. Well, let me tell you, most theaters have DVD quality projectors. All right? A lot of people at this point have TVs that have better resolution than what they have available at their local theater. Now, let me explain here. I'm not against theaters. I love going to the theater, and I want theaters to survive, and I know that the pandemic has really, really hurt many businesses, but especially the theaters. We just lost our local theater here, and it's heartbreaking. We kept going. They were doing private showings, and we did several of those, but it was already a rough business, and the owner knew. He just knew. So there were things that I thought were kind of crappy already, and then you see this scathing review, and I was not. I was not super pumped. I was hopeful that it would be a good movie. And so we saw it today, and I will say that it is a decent movie. Okay, I'm just going to get that right out in the open, so that you know the direction that we're going. It's a decent movie. If you go to see this movie, then it is worth the price of admission to see this movie. There are loving shots of the equipment and the detail that we could never see in the original versions because the film technology did not exist for us to be able to see the detail of the props and how cool everything looked and all the gadgetry and stuff like that. And we get to see that now in loving detail. So as a fan, it's like, oh, that's so cool. And probably we wouldn't have wanted to see it in the original versions because chances are they were like hot glued together and spray painted black, and the fact that the resolution wasn't great was something that movie makers took advantage of so that they could create the illusion of high-tech stuff while actually holding things together with shoestrings and baling wire. So this movie delivers. If you're looking for that nostalgic thing where you finally get to see the world of the Ghostbusters up close, and you get to see their cool equipment and gadgets and the Proton Packs and stuff like that, then you're not going to be disappointed. If that's what you're looking for, you are going to love this movie. But here's where I think that some of the negative reviews come from for this movie. The original Ghostbusters was fueled by irreverence. The comedy of that movie was based around setting up a kind of a horror setting and then treating it with complete irreverence. You have scary ghosts and things that shriek and zombie cab drivers and the irreverent, nonplussed, snarky antics of the Ghostbusters shine in contrast to this horrible apocalyptic thing happening. It's a character-driven movie that meets its climax when, because of the absurdity of these characters, which you have just spent most of the movie getting to know, when the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is created by their thoughts, it's hilarious. And it's not just because the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is already hilarious. And this giant, doom-bringing monster that looks so happy and cute as he squishes his way is already that's cinema gold, but it's because we know Ray Stantz's character that it really makes it the priceless gem of cinema that it is. And so, the original movie is just funny. It's dirty. It's rude. It's got naughty words all the way through it. I mean, you know, it's dick jokes. It's people swearing. It's sexual innuendo throughout the movie. And you get to Ghostbusters Afterlife, and this movie is the opposite. Where the first movie was fueled by irreverence, this movie is fueled by reverence for the nostalgic feelings that people have towards the first movie. And it is none of that. You know, you're not going to find a bunch of potty humor, and I don't remember even any naughty words. There is some suggestion of the existence and possible actions of adult physical encounters, and that's all you get. That is as risque as this movie gets. It is treated more like, and I've seen other people make this statement, that it is treated like a Spielbergian childhood discovery. And yeah, exactly, Dudley. Dudley is he doesn't want to be picked up. He escaped right before I was gonna. He could have given you his review himself, but so the tone of the movie. Oh, you're back. Come here. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, we've got Dudders here. Look at Dudley. What did you think of Ghostbusters Afterlife? Yeah? No, you didn't have an opinion? He was just giving his opinion. He didn't actually see the movie. He very oftentimes voices his opinion about things that he doesn't really know about. You want down? Okay, there you go. Cute cat. There we go again. Throughout the movie, they use a lot of the same music or music that's derived from the same scores that were used in the original Ghostbusters, but kind of used inappropriately. You know, in the original movie, you had that do 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 do, you know, that kind of plucky music, and it underscored the antics of the Ghostbusters. They use that score or derivatives of that score throughout this movie, throughout Ghostbusters Afterlife, except that it was used as a nostalgia piece. It wasn't really underscoring any kind of plucky behavior or any kind of comedy. It was there because it was that music and they wanted it to sound like the original movie. And it was good. I'm not going to say that it was bad, but it seemed a little bit off in tone. Because that's the other thing about this movie. While there is comedy in the movie, absolutely, Paul Rudd is funny. Okay, Paul Rudd he's Ant-Man, and he's in this movie being almost Ant-Man. Okay, he's playing Paul Rudd, and I love Paul Rudd, and he is funny. And Phoebe, the female girl who is not played by Eleven from Stranger Things. I thought that she was, but no, she is played by McKenna Grace, and I know nothing about McKenna Grace. She's great. I mean, let me say, she's great, and she tells jokes, bad jokes, and they're funny because they're bad. We also have the character Trevor, who is played by Finn Wolfhard, who he is from Stranger Things. And I seem to remember early on hearing, for what it's worth, hearing rumors that, that's like, oh, it's going to have half the cast of Stranger Things and the mom is from Stranger Things. No, okay, she's not. He's the only one, and he plays the brother, and he's good. He's fine. He's very good in this role. He's not particularly funny. The rest of the cast really isn't funny. They aren't. This is not. It's a movie that has some funny moments, but it is not a funny movie. It's just it's more of a love letter to the original Ghostbusters. Now Gozer, right, yeah. So I'm just going to say that in the original Ghostbusters movie, you had things like Gozer, where I remember Gozer looked like she had bubbles, and the demon dogs looked, kind of claymation, and then you had, like, the regular ghosts looked great. In this movie, when you see some of the creatures, and you do get creatures in this movie, you get some great creatures in this movie. They look like you could reach out and touch them. Instead of not being sure what the heck Gozer is wearing, when you see these creatures, it's like, ooh. Oh, that thing is amazing. Is that thing made out of crystals? Oh, yes, that is a creature that seems to be made out of crystals. Oh, this is some kind of monster. Oh, yes, I can see its scaly, slimy skin. It glows slightly around the eyes. So there's a big difference between the kind of fuzzy top of the line effects from 1984 versus the crystal clear 16K or whatever effects of Ghostbusters Afterlife. So, yeah, I think that is there anything that I'm missing? Everything is nicely lit. They don't hide effects in the dark or in the rain, even though there's places where it is dark, but you get to see everything. So yeah. I guess my final opinion of this movie, because as I'm sure you know, I am highly qualified to give reviews of movies, because I'm a guy on the internet who watches movies. Apparently that's all it takes. I've read enough comments to know that all it takes is that to be an expert on just about anything. So if you're nostalgic for Ghostbusters, if you are a fan of the original Ghostbusters and you want to see that world up close, and you have the feels because it's an important part of your childhood, and you respect what the actors did, and you feel like it's part of your identity, then check out Ghostbusters Afterlife. You're probably going to love it. But if you're looking for a movie that is similar in tone to the original Ghostbusters, if you're looking for Ghostbusters 3 and hoping to get the same kind of laugh-a-minute antics and that irreverent kind of, oh my god, horrible things are happening, oh, this thing just peeled its face off, and oh, somebody just stole a sandwich, then you're not going to get that from this movie. It's not at all the same tone or the same pace. Ghostbusters Afterlife is kind of slow. It is a slow burn. It's not bad. There's no point in the movie where I thought, that sucks. Or, this is dumb. Or, oh, why are they doing this? I wasn't, I enjoyed the whole movie. But it was a slower burn than this review. So yeah, it's slower paced. It's not a comedy, and it's not irreverent. It is a love letter to the original Ghostbusters movie. And if that's what you're looking for, then go out and see Ghostbusters Afterlife. If you're looking for something that is just funny, that is just a bunch of people, a lot of whom have been on Saturday Night Live, making potty jokes and being irreverent while also facing Armageddon, then watch Ghostbusters Answer the Call in 2016. Because let me tell you, for those of you who haven't watched that movie, it's fun. It's funny. And even though it has a whole new cast of characters, and it is a reboot, it feels like Ghostbusters. And so, yeah, if I had to pick one to watch right now, I would be watching Ghostbusters Answer the Call from 2016. Now, understand that I love the original 1984 Ghostbusters, and I will also watch that movie anytime. If Monica started putting it in right now, I would leave the camera and I would just go and I'd watch that movie. And maybe in between scenes, I might yell back. It's like, hey guys, I'm up to the part where Lewis is locked out of his apartment again. It's pretty good. But I'd be watching that because I love that movie. And I love 2016 Ghostbusters. And this was good. But I didn't love it. I liked it. It was way better than Ghostbusters 2. And if you liked Ghostbusters 2 and you liked Ghostbusters 1 more, watch Ghostbusters Afterlife because it's at least better than 2. So a little bit of backstory, since I'm talking a little bit about Ghostbusters Answer the Call, the Ghostbusters movie from 2016 that was starring Melissa McCarthy and Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon and Kristen Wiig. Monica and I were actually in Ohio. We were at TrotCon. And we had finished vending for that day. Monica is an amazing artist, and shameless plug, if you haven't gone to our TeePublic page, the link is in the description of this live stream. It has t-shirts and stuff that have Monica's artwork all over them, and she's amazing, and that's something that if you like amazing artwork on your chest or on a shopping bag or a pillow or whatever, then you can buy stuff and own it, and at the same time we will get like a nickel or something for each t-shirt, or I don't know. but anyway, and everything is 35% off right now. She just let me know. Thank you, Monica. So if you go right now, everything is, I don't know how long that lasts, but everything on TeePublic, or at least on our page. Oh, the next 6 hours. Okay, so the next 6 hours, 35% off. So yeah, it's a good time to buy stuff if you want stuff. So, yeah, check it out. So, anyway, because Monica is amazingly talented, and she is just a fantastic artist, we would have a table at a lot of different conventions, and we were at TrotCon in 2016. We had been vending all day long. We were exhausted. And Ghostbusters came out, and we were like, hey, and she was like, hey, do you want to see the new Ghostbusters movie? And now most people probably know that movie was shat upon royally by mostly angry man babies on the internet. I am sorry that if people are offended by me referring to these people as man babies, but you know what? If you're so insecure in your masculinity that you have to attack in droves and lots of made-up internet accounts to try and ruin a movie because it has a female cast... Sorry, I digress. But, and like I said, I knew it was going to be a reboot. I was not really excited for a reboot, but I love Ghostbusters. I've loved Ghostbusters since I was a kid, and so it's like, okay, you know what? Sure. We'll go see this movie. And it was a theater that had dinner right there, and they also had... They had that drink that came in little plastic skull-shaped shot glasses that you got to keep. Oh, wait a minute. Is that is Crystal Skull vodka or Crystal Head? Crystal Head. So we got Crystal Head because Dan Aykroyd owns Crystal Head, and so we got some adult beverages that and we got to keep the little skull head shot glasses, and we got dinner, and we watched the movie, and it was in 3D, wasn't it? Yes, it was. So like when they would blast stuff, it would go outside of the frame of the movie, which looked awesome, by the way. And from the moment the movie started, you have this scene in the Aldridge Mansion. And the tour guide, which is that guy from The Office, I forget the actor's name, but he's also hilarious. And he's making up this ghost story, or not even a made-up ghost, but he tells a ghost story. And then after the tour's over, he's resetting his prop gags and everything, and then suddenly stuff starts happening, and the ghost is chasing him through the house and leads him into the stairway, and then the stairs fall out from under him, and he's crashing, and there's steam and slime coming up from the basement, and he's hanging on, and he's screaming, no, no, no! And you just get the goosebumps because it feels like Ghostbusters. And the rest of the movie follows that tone of the irreverence, the snarkiness. Every character, whether they are a main cast member or a side character that you'll only see once, is funny. And they've got all these actors. Ed Begley Jr., I mean, he's hilarious. He's in 2 scenes. But everything in that movie is just another opportunity for some quick little jab, and some of them just come out of left field. Kevin's entire personality, played by Chris Hemsworth. He plays a beautiful idiot. And the stuff he says, I suspect that he just made stuff up and was just trying to get them to crack on camera. I think that's what was going on for half the stuff that he said. And Andy Garcia is mayor, and he's hilarious. There is that one scene late in the movie where Kristen Wiig is trying to warn him that apocalypse is nigh. They need to evacuate the city, and he's like, no, don't you ever say those words. And she's like, no, please don't be like the Jaws mayor. And he's like, oh, don't you ever compare me to the Jaws mayor. And it's so good. It's just such a good movie. It's so much fun. If you heard bad things about it and you decided not to give it a chance, if you thought the original Ghostbusters is funny, you should watch this movie because it is the exact same in tone and in pacing. And, I mean, it checks the boxes. And by the way, the entire original cast, except for poor Harold Ramos, who is dearly departed, although he is represented in a statue, but everybody else is in that movie. So yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I was so surprised. I was delighted. It is one of my favorite movies of all time, as is the original Ghostbusters. It is one of those movies that I can watch again and again and again, and every time it just makes me smile. So, since I love the 2016 Ghostbusters, and I thought we'd turn things on its head a little bit in celebration of Ghostbusters Afterlife and talk about the toys of 2016 Ghostbusters. And so I've got a ring light here and I've got a camera set up. I am completely boxed in by stuff. Like, if I move my chair back, I'm going to destroy this firehouse, which terrifies me, okay? It terrifies me more than ghosts, because Monica is real. And unfortunately, based on everything that I know to be true, ghosts are not. So I would much rather face a ghost than Monica if I broke her firehouse. Anyway, so yeah, I got stuff everywhere, and I keep kicking this ring light, and but that doesn't matter, because we're going to show some toys, because that's what kind of channel this is. Look at that. We have got all 4 of the Ghostbusters from the original 2016 movie. Look at that. We've got Kristen Wiig, who played Erin Gilbert. And now I will say that I look at this sculpt of her, and she, like, I don't know. It looks like they actually put a Kristen Wiig head on somebody else's body, because it just looks like a almost like, just, I don't know, a G.I. Joe guy. Like it's a G.I. Joe Selects figure with Kristen Wiig's head. It's an okay representation of how she looked, and I like the paint detail. They've got some good articulation. You can see here that, they've got shoulder joints and elbow joints and wrist joints. They've got posable legs and knees and a twist at the thigh. So, there's a lot of good articulation here. And then you also have the Proton Pack. And I may regret this, but I'm going to take away the stand so that you can see the Proton Pack. And, hold on. So, Jay Gettram, who, am I allowed to say who we know him as, who is also known as Fetch Beer, is here and says, good call, Monica, can be scary. Good call, Monica can be scary. And yes, you know. So, a toast to Fetch Beer. Yeah, I would not want to face Monica in a dark alley after smashing her firehouse. That's the lesson of the... You know what? There's really only one lesson in this live stream, and it is that you do not want to face Monica when she's angry. Turns green, her, clothes rip. It's actually kind of hot when that happens, though. So, sorry. So anyway, we've got Aaron Gilbert here, played by Kristen Wiig. You can see the Proton Packs. For this movie, notice that they completely changed the equipment. Everything, they didn't even use the same designs for the props. It's all completely new for a new generation. And when it first came out and I saw the previews, I was not excited about that. I was like, no, I want the original. But I have to say that now that I see it in context, I really like it. And so, yeah, this is, you have nice detailed Proton Packs. You do have the wand here, which she can hold. She is capable of holding it. If I can get it into her little hand there. There we go. And so, yeah, and she can kind of do the thing here. Yeah, there we go. And, get her into a cool action pose. And she can be like, all right, ghosts. What? I'm gonna particle you into something. I don't know. I'm not really good with smack talk, but I'm very scientific. And that's probably about how she would deliver that. So yeah, that's Kristen Wiig, Aaron Gilbert, and like I said, it's an okay figure. I wish that the suit didn't make her look so much like she had a tiny head and a big poofy body. But it's nicely detailed, it's nicely painted, and it's really, really well articulated. So I'm gonna say we can live with it even if she doesn't look quite as much like real Aaron Gilbert as I would like. So here you go. You can get back on there. Come on, don't be a hater. Stop being a hater. Okay, she's just gonna lean. She's gonna lean. Here we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, look at that pose. Yeah, she's like back to back, except that my camera's not focusing in on her. There. Can you do it, camera? Can you do it? Can you? There we go. Look at that. Okay, so there we go. She's back in place. And let's take a look at Patty Tollen. I believe that that's how you pronounce her last name. Patty Tollen, played by Leslie Jones. And this figure looks really good. I thought that they did a great job at capturing her likeness. And you see her here pose like she's going to be grabbing her proton wand. And she, yeah, like I said, she just, it's expressive. It kind of gets that little bit of a smirk, Patty was, dare I say that she was the sassy Ghostbuster. She was the one where they're like, okay, you draw a lot of attention to yourself. And she's like, well, if it's a crime to look good, guilty as charged. And I loved the way that she played off of Holtzman. That whole thing where it's like, I didn't check for a body in the back of the car. I checked to see if there was gas. And it's like, and Holtzman's like, I could think of 7 uses for a cadaver today. And she's like, no, don't do that. If there's a body in there, we got to take it back. It's like, all right. And just don't do it. And the play between them is just delightful and endearing and hilarious. And what I think that I really respect about it is that the character types are polar opposites. Holtzman, Jillian Holtzman, is played by Kate McKinnon. And she steals the movie. Honestly, Kate McKinnon is the gold of this movie. And I guess I could actually just turn, while we're talking about Holtzman. So we've got Holtzman right here. Another really, really good representation of Kate McKinnon from that movie. And, if you're assigning... If you're trying to line them up with the original cast, she's obviously the Egon, except that whereas Egon was very, I'm not really emotional, I'm all about science, Holtzman was a little bit scary and sadistic. And she had this crazy streak that was just, she was irreverent. She was a pirate. Monica says she was a pirate. And you know what? She was absolutely a pirate. She did what she wanted to do. She said what she wanted to say. She set things on fire for fun. And so you have Holtzman, who is quasi-sadistic, absolute, scary mad scientist. And then you have Patty, who is completely grounded. She is the person who actually understands why people look at the rest of them weird when they say and do the things that they do. She's the one that the rest of us can actually connect with. We can relate to, because none of us are smart enough to be Aaron or Patty Aaron or Abby or Holtzman. And so and it's kind of through Leslie Jones's eyes that we really get to relate to the rest of the crew. Now you have Abby here. I'm not sure that this looks all that much like Melissa McCarthy, but it's a decent looking toy, regardless of what you may think about the likeness. She's, it's a pretty okay toy. This angle, she kind of looks like her eyes are staring off in opposite directions. I guess she's looking at a point much further away. She's not looking into the camera, and that's probably the problem. Except Patty is also a folklore expert and knows more about the history than the scientist. Yeah, there is that. So yeah, Patty's role in the team is knowing the history of New York. She knows what happened 100 years ago in every building, in every parking lot, in every sewer tunnel. So she doesn't just, she's not just there to hold a proton pack. She is there to take what they know about the science and adapt it to the real world. She is the link to the real world on the team. So that's Abby, and they all have the same equipment, so I'm not going to waste your time looking at each one's proton pack, but you can see that the detail and the painting, I don't know why my camera has decided suddenly to focus on okay, there we go. So there we go. But the detail work is very nice, and it's a great set. And I feel like one of the things about these toys is that they represent a movie that is unappreciated in its own time. The amount of hate on the internet when this came out was shameful. It was just shameful. I mean, it was kind of an embarrassment for our society how much revolting, vile things people were saying just because they made a movie with a female cast and they made girl jokes and things like that. And the thing is that now Ghostbusters Answer the Call my mom was actually kind of complaining that now whenever they show Ghostbusters on TV, it's Answer the Call, that they never show the original anymore. And I think that that's because the original, while I love it and I will watch it anytime, except that I don't tend to watch like normal TV because, streaming. I mean, you stream, you don't have to watch commercials, and you watch it when it fits your schedule. That I guess there's also DVR, right? I don't really do that. But anyway, the point being that my mom was like, oh, every time it's Answer the Call, I want to see the original. But younger people have more of a connection to this movie. One of my friends, Tim, was talking about how his girls have seen both movies and they love the new one way better. And it makes sense because it's more relevant to a younger generation. It is fresher. It is newer. The pacing is faster. So there's a whole generation of people that are becoming familiar with this movie, and this movie is the one that they're going to have nostalgic feelings for. And I feel like someday having this set of figures and having all 4 of them is going to be something that you're going to see on eBay for like hundreds of dollars, thousands. It's going to be $1,000 if you have all 4 of these figures, because in its time, so many people overlooked this movie and the toys that went along with it. Now, these sets, this set of 4 was also cool because it came with a Build-A-Figure. And so when you would buy each one of the characters, they came with a part, and you could build Rowan. Rowan, of course, is the bad guy from the 2016 movie, and he is a guy who was a nerd. He had been bullied his entire life, and he decided to take revenge on society by killing himself and breaking the barriers between the afterlife and the real world, and then coming back to cause an apocalypse. And so Rowan, he's I like the director's cut, because the director's cut actually shows, lets you get to know Rowan just a little bit better. And I feel like he was a character that I wanted to know better. The theatrical release, they were calling him by name by the end of the movie. It's like, how do they even know his name? Like, I don't even know his name. But yeah, it was Rowan, and then he turns into the ghost in the center of the logo. Yeah, this ghost, and then he turns into this giant monster, and he crashes out of the building. And I mean, it's awesome. It's so cool. And the way that the fabric of his suit like sticks to cars after he crushes them. I mean, that stuff, it was so imaginative and so creepy and so unsettling. He was scary and dumpy and awful and kind of funny, and just but that's what makes Ghostbusters so good, when you have all of these different competing things where they can take something scary and make it funny, or take something funny and make it scary. That to me is what the brilliance of the whole Ghostbusters franchise is. And so we did get the Rowan figure put together. Oh, Paul has to go. Oh, hey, everybody say bye to Paul, and a toast to Paul. And unfortunately, Osaka Jack also had to go a little while ago. We will miss you, Osaka Jack. I hope that you get to pick this up later. And if not, then me saying bye doesn't mean anything because you won't see it. But I'm going to say bye anyway. A toast to Osaka Jack. that's another thing that if you are a speculator on toys, there are some people that are into that. I have crap tons of toys, but I don't speculate because the problem is that then I eventually would have to sell them, and I don't do that. I just seem to amass them. That's going to be a problem at some point. We're going to have to deal with that at some point, but it's not today. So I feel like you give it 20 years when the people that are teens, young teens, and preteens now who have grown up with the 2016 Ghostbusters being shown on TV, and that's the version that they're most familiar with. And Afterlife is okay, but honestly, I don't feel like it's the type of movie that is really going to attract a young crowd, because it is a slow burn, and it is lavish with nostalgia that the young people of today don't have for that first movie. So yeah, I feel like they're gonna kind of miss a target audience there. I think that it's gonna be 2016 Ghostbusters that is remembered in another 20 years by the young adults of the next generation, and they're going to want Rowan. They're going to want to be able to complete Rowan. And they're going to be shopping around and trying to find these lost toys and stuff like that, the way that we have looked for that sort of stuff from our childhoods. And so, if you're willing to put in for a long investment and you get the opportunities to pick up these sets and complete Rowan and keep all the parts and everything, then 15 years, 20 years, because 5 are already gone. It's hard to believe, but this stuff is already 5 years old. Jeez, how old does that make me? Don't answer that. No internet, no, you. I'm watching you. Look right here, okay? Yeah, that's right. Got my eye on you, internet. So yeah. And I guess he was called the Mayhem Ghost. Well, no, Mayhem. No, that's not what he was called. We have another treat. We are going to completely destroy the resale value of this. Look at that. This is the Mayhem Ghost. Now, it's got a thing that glows green, which is good because in the movie, this thing it looked green. It was glowy, and it was green glowy, and it sat on Patty's shoulders, which, by the way, I love that scene. That whole thing with her being like, don't say anything. No, but you. No. Whatever you have to say, I don't need to hear it. You know what? I'm tired. I'm going home. I'm just I love that. I love that whole exchange. So I'm gonna open this. I almost don't wanna. but I have to put it on Patty's shoulders and see if it'll sit there, because that's important. So I'm just doing it. I'm doing it. Here we go. And there we go. We, I hate blisters because you can't. There's no good way to. Anyway, all right. So his little bits of paper falling out. It says Mayhem. I'm just going to throw that, and we got that, and it shows the figure, and then it shows some little guys, and it has the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which was a parade float in the 2016 Ghostbusters. And let's just take him out. Take me out of the package. Take me out of the box. Buy me at Kroger's or Toys R Us. I don't care that my wings are all stuck. You know, I got it. I was afraid I was going to break the wings there, but yeah, we'll just get rid of that. So there we go. That is Mayhem. Let's put them on the other camera. All right, I'm gonna move the turntable, and we're gonna do stuff. We're doing stuff. This is all about the stuff that we're doing. And so there we go. That is Mayhem. It's a good looking figure. It is odd that it is so red, and the Lego version is red too, but they do have the green light. So I guess the idea is that if the creature weren't glowing, this would be its natural color, or maybe the toy was designed with pre-production art, and then at some point things changed. But that does happen from time to time when there's toys built to support a movie where the art direction changes, but the toys have already been made. That's why a lot of the Transformers that were done for Transformers the movie look so different from the final versions that were in the animation, because the animation models changed. And oh yeah, let's go ahead and let's do a change here we can show this what Mayhem looked like when he was sitting on top of Patty's shoulders.
I'm not sure about
that. Thank you, Alexa. Nothing. Okay, so yeah, that's what it looked like in the movie, and I guess you can see. Oh, I'm knocking over all the figures. I guess you can see that that like the horn is a little bit yellowish, and so yeah, it could have been like a brown color, but they had so much green filter. So let's. I'm gonna see if we can do this. I'm moving stuff around. And you can't see me moving stuff around because I don't have the view turned on. But all right, here we go. We're doing it. We are doing it. Here we go. There. We've got. It doesn't really hold itself. I kind of wish that it had been molded with feet that were in kind of a grit, like it could stand on its toes, but it could also clamp onto her shoulders, because that's such a big part of its whole scene. I mean, you get to see this thing 3 times through the movie. You get to see it in that scene where it's on her shoulders, and that's when you see it the most. And then later you see it attack Bill Murray and knock him out a window, but you barely even see it. And then it shows up again at the very end of the movie, and it's not sitting on anyone. But yeah, it's still a really neat toy. I like the translucency. I like the articulation. It's got it's got the ball. Well, it's not a ball joint, but it does have shoulders that both go out and in, plus up and down and rotate. It's got a bicep pivot. It's got pivoting wrists. So it's actually got a lot of points of articulation. The sculpt on the face is very, very nice. So let's just see if look at that. Yeah, see, that's a freaky looking guy, and the textures on the wings are really good. Now the legs have just 1 point of articulation, and that's weird because they've got so much articulation in the arms and in the hands. I didn't notice that it had 7 fingers. Oh yeah, that's unsettling, but yeah, it has 7 fingers. So oh yeah, here we've got another view here. Look at that. Yeah, now that's a face only a mother could love. Although there's a lot of bad mothers out there, and maybe you don't even have to be a bad mother to be able to recognize, oh, my baby happens to be a 7-fingered demon child. I love you, darling, but you scare the living crap out of me. So that's that's Mayhem, and that's a cool thing, and I'm glad that we it's good to have some ghosts for them to fight and be like, and it's like, ah! and it would probably slime her. Aaron got slimed all through the movie, like buckets of slime. They would just, oh no! Oh, I said the thing like twice. Okay, I got to. I'm kind of amazed that I made it this long. So that's one. That's two. So yeah, these were by Mattel. So the same company that. Am I supposed to still be drinking? That's all right. I don't mind the music, but these were made by Mattel. So the same people that brought us He-Man and Barbie brought us 2016 Ghostbusters, and I feel like they are a perfect hybrid of both of those toy lines. I'm just waiting for somebody to call me on that. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make. So let's go ahead and set these aside. I need to be careful with these because here, I'm gonna put them over there. I don't want to lose the pieces and I don't want to break the stands. So I'm going to sing about moving them as I move them. And there we go. And Holtzman, I love you. Yeah. I'd talk to her at an AA meeting. Oh gosh. So let's go ahead and take a look. We got something else over here. It's good stuff. It has lots of pieces, and it has electronics and stuff. So let me just I'll do this. There's what I'll do. Put this right there. Maybe. No, wait here. Let me put it. I'm arranging things. Okay. I apologize. Sometimes it takes me a second to arrange things appropriately, but this is how we get the cool shots. So, and oh wait, here I have to try to do something with that cord. There we go. Okay, I'm done. I'm done messing. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead. Oh, Fetch Beer says you missed one previous slime too. Well, I just said it, so that's two. So, okay. And all right. Thank you for keeping me honest. That's important. So, all right. So here we go. This is the whoops, wrong thing. There we go. So this is the Lego Dimensions Ghostbusters set. And this is a cool thing. So for those who don't know, Lego had its own video game thing where you would buy minifigures and then you would scan them using a device that connected to... Which system was this? All of them. Which one did you have? Xbox? Was this Xbox? Okay, so yeah, this one was for Xbox, and you plugged it into your Xbox, and then you'd get different characters, and they'd have these little things on the bottoms that these are passive RFID tags. And so the platform, which is right here, would read the RFID tag and recognize what the minifig was that was built on it. Now, understand that it didn't actually matter what minifig was on the tag. It was the tag that the thing was communicating with. So if you put a Superman minifig on top of this little disc that Abby's got on her feet, then it would still come up as Abby. but it was still a really cool system, and the game was fun. Yeah, you know, and the characters, having all the different characters was added a lot to the game. And you also got the Ecto One from the 2016 movie. Now, this is, of course, the mini version, but it enabled you to drive around in the Ecto One in the game. So that was cool. And you know, this is the Chinese restaurant where they had their base of operations through most of that movie, and it's really just a skin, like it doesn't change the functionality of the game, but it gives you a different set to have on top of this Lego Dimensions platform. And so you can see there's a proton wand, and she's got a doodad and some doohickeys and some whatchamacallits, and there's a proton pack back here. So and we've also got, so over here, up here, is this Mayhem? Yeah, that's Mayhem. And notice once again, red, you know, not green. And I guess I have to say it, don't I? Because, you know, we've also got, you know, him. It's Slimer! It's Slimer! Yeah, we're gonna say Slimer! And I just said it like 3 times, so now I have to drink 3 times. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Alright. And Grayscale is here! Hey, welcome, Grayscale! A toast to Grayscale! I had a Grayscale in my bathroom growing up. I think it started out white, but we never cleaned it. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I regret everything. So, going back, yeah, this is the Lego Dimensions set, and that is that ghost whose name we won't repeat immediately. We'll at least try to wait. But this was a cool set. And it was especially fun to have the Ecto One when you're playing the game. Yeah, that was just cool. It had sirens and everything, and you drive around. But one thing that I will say is it only came with Abby Yates, but by scanning in Abby Yates, you could in game become Patty or Holtzman or Aaron. So, you know, this one figure actually represented the whole team. They just didn't want to give you a set that had 4 tags and 4 minifigs because, hey, that stuff costs money, and you don't get that stuff for free, or in this case, by paying the retail price for the set. I don't know where I'm going with that, but still, it was a very cool thing, and I remember Monica having many hours, and I played a little bit. Yeah, I got to play a little bit, not much though. I don't get to play. I don't get to spend a lot of time playing games, especially modern ones that go on and on. You know, I can play, like I've got a Pac-Man app on my phone, and I play when I'm on the toilet. Because, you know, that's... You got to do something. I mean, you're already doing something, but you got to do something with your hands. So anyway, Slime! That is the wrong soundtrack. Slime! And see, that's what I'm talking about, toilet humor. See how great it is? Ghostbusters Afterlife didn't have any of that. There were no fart jokes. There were no poop jokes, no pee jokes, no fart jokes. I don't... Yeah. So, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the 2016 Ghostbusters Ecto-1 Lego set. And oh, am I getting another, Mike Spicer says I said it 3 times. Didn't I get those? You know what? Hey, if Mike Spicer is calling me out, then I better do this. So I'm taking your word for it this time because I think I already got these, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, and that's when I noticed my drinking problem. Oh gosh! All right, so that made it worse. That made it far worse. Oh my gosh! Can you see through those? That's terrible. Oh no! Now people will recognize my secret identity as Nerdman. I don't know. Pretty sure that people have already noticed my secret identity of Nerdman. It's not a very well kept secret. So anyway, we're doing this. So this is turning into a Clay Carlino video. Visit Clay Carlino on YouTube. So the proper way to clean your glasses, I don't know the proper way to clean my glasses. I've got a little alcohol thing, and I'm rubbing the lenses and probably grinding year-old dirt into the lenses. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. You know, I still got some stuff here. Look, I can do this. Oh yeah. Huh? Isn't that nice? Oh, sparkling. So let's just set those aside there. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out. We've got the 2016 Ghostbusters Ecto-1 Set. And I'm just going to point the camera over here at this little guy right there. And maybe even try to get it level. I mean, at least sort of. Because, you know, I mean, crazier things have happened on this channel. And so there is the Ecto One from the 2016 movie. I will say that I prefer the original. You know, I mean, this one's good, but I feel like, you know, this one had a siren that sort of sounded like a European siren. You know, it's like a wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. And I'm sorry, you just can't beat the original Ecto One siren that went. I mean, that's good stuff. You know, that's just like, it's the most annoying sound, and it just keeps going. That is comedy gold. This one, the siren wasn't funny. You know, it was just different. Yeah. Now, this is one where if it made like a fart noise, that would have been hilarious. But here, I'll move that. There. Thank you. So that's why I was hoping she would get the hint there. It was a very subtle hint. So we got doors that open, huh? We got doors they open, and we got door there. And we got like a does that open or does it slide out? Open? Okay. How does it open? It's on a swingy hinge. Like the back gate is on a swingy hinge. Okay. I'm gonna look for a swingy hinge. I don't see a swingy hinge. Oh wait. Oh, there it is. There, very cleverly hidden swingy hinge. So look at that. So, yeah, you got doors that open, you got equipment up here. I mean, this is a cool model. And could you fit all 4 figures in this? No. Okay. Yeah, I thought that might be wishful thinking. But you might be able to get one in each side, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, so one on each side, and you could probably cram one in the back. You probably wouldn't be able to close the door all the way, but you know, it was there. And so, yeah, nonetheless, it was a hearse. And it was a very, very tackily decked out hearse. So that in itself is pretty funny. Have we toasted Tim Kangaroo? You telling me? Okay, so this is new. This is new information. A toast to Tim Kangaroo. Welcome, Tim Kangaroo. So does the hood doesn't open or anything, right? Nope, no hood. So yeah, very cool set and very cool vehicle. But here's where things get kind of interesting. So I'm gonna change my view. So this is the Ghostbusters Firehouse, and they made sure that the Ecto One could pull in to the Ghostbusters Firehouse. So it is sized appropriately to be able to interact with this set. It also came with, so we've got the 4 Ghostbusters on the top here, which is hard for you to see. I'll bring them over. But we've got, okay. Here, we're gonna set this up and we're gonna zoom in. And there we go. So it came with the, whoops, wrong button. The Kevin minifig, which, did you build that sandwich or did he come with the sandwich? Oh, you built the sandwich? Okay, so there is Kevin on his Ghostbusters motorcycle, and Monica made him a sandwich, which is awesome. Good job. He should have come with the sandwich. All right, you know, like that was important, and that's cool. I like it. I love the Ghostbusters motorcycle, like that is marketing genius. There should have been there should have been a Mattel Kevin figure with a motorcycle. That just should have happened. Hey, you know what, Mattel, listen, I don't know if you still have that license, but I'll still buy it. I know it's been 5 years, but see, I still want a sequel to that movie. I know we're never going to get a sequel to that movie. We're never going to get it. If I were the cast members, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with it, but I still want it. I mean, they set it up so well. It was so good, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Kevin minifig. Oh, and so here's one thing about the minifigs of this set. They all had different expressions, which were on the backs of the thing, so you could switch the hair around, and then let's do that. There we go. And so now you can have evil possessed Kevin. There he is. Yeah, so that's when Rowan is possessing him, and he's like, ooh, can this guy ride a motorcycle? He can! And he's like doing wheelies and stuff like that. So yeah, every minifigure that came with this set had 2 expressions. Now let's just set Kevin back up here. There we go, Kevin. You know, there. Okay. And let's go ahead and get Abby. Okay, I can't get her stand. Wait, I'm trying. It's delicate. It is delicate. Okay, I've got Abby. All right, I've got Abby. She looks really, really happy with this expression. Let me just put that over here and see if I can zoom in. There is Abby, the minifig. The minifig with her own wig. It's Abby, the minifig with Kristen Wiig. Ah, ha, ha. But it's not of Kristen. It's with Kristen Wiig. So anyway, so there's Abby. This expression is very, very happy Abby. And so what is the tool that she has there? She has a thing. Oh, is that supposed to be the puncher glove thing? Okay. Oh, that's her ghost. That's her PK meter. That is her PK meter. Okay, the thing that looked like a cotton candy machine. Yeah, she's happy because she got wontons. Okay. That's another thing. They have this reoccurring gag with her trying to get wonton soup. And they would have this soup, and it would have like one wonton, or the one that she said looked like dishwater really did look like dishwater. She's like, that's a carrot. It's half a carrot. And she's got her little cotton candy style PK meter. The PK meters in the 2016, I thought that was interesting. That was an interesting take on that device. Of course, it's hard not to love the original that goes zzz, but I have to say that was a nice. That was I thought that was legit. That was legit. So there's Patty. Let's take a look and see what her other expression is. Because she can't always be super. She's got like a Joker grin there. I think that she's been huffing the Smilex gas. Okay, here. This to me is a little bit more Abby appropriate. It's got a nice, serene, collegiate expression of skepticism. See, she looks skeptical. She's like, yes, I'm not sure. Yeah, go ahead and lead her out. And he's like, it's just the same door that we came in. There were so many good moments, just little tiny moments in that movie that were hilarious. And anyway, so that is the Abby minifig. We got the Proton Pack. Proton Packs look great. They're simple, but they did a lot with it. It's a very cool looking Proton Pack. I love what they did here with the printing on the back. And so it looks good. It looks appropriate to the movie. So yeah, that is Aaron Gilbert. That is Abby. Abby. What was Abby Yates? Yes, Abby Yates. So this is Melissa McCarthy, Abby Yates, and yeah, that's her. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at Aaron Gilbert. Oh boy, now I see why you had them pegged in, because they fall over if they're not pegged in. So we've got the option of either having them stuck or having them flop over. Okay, that's good to know. So here we go. This one is Aaron Gilbert. What I thought was interesting is how Aaron and Abby's characters were not really. They were mostly straight characters. People were being funny around them, but they themselves were usually reacting to the absurdity in a straight manner rather than being the ones, Melissa McCarthy is usually the one who's being off the wall. And I thought that in this movie, it was a different kind of a role for her. Now, this is her, Aaron, with the glove thing that you use to punch ghosts, I think. Yeah, that's and which is funny that she's holding it because Abby was using it at the end of the movie, but whatever. So, she looks decent. She doesn't look particularly Aaron-ish, but she doesn't look particularly non-Aaron-ish either. So I think that it's a perfectly reasonable adaptation of the character, and it has her initials on the suit, and this is her kind of she's doing the Spock eyebrow raise, which is important. I would, if I were a Ghostbuster, I would definitely do the Spock eyebrow raise. So, what are you? Fascinating. Wait here. Let me do it. Okay, here. Fascinating. There. That's my Spock eyebrow raise. So there we go. That is Erin. Let's see what her other expression is. Because we can. And you guys are looking at mostly a white screen here. I should change the view while I do this because like the base fell off and now the feet are curling and I'm probably going to destroy this figure on camera and then Dawn's going to yell till all are broken and oh look, she's got a pleasant grin, a pleasant grin. It's very, very. Here we go. Let's just take a look there and see. She's like, yes, I am not raising my eyebrow now. So that is Erin Gilbert, and she's she's a great character. They were all great characters, and it was a well balanced movie with great characters. Have I mentioned that you should see it? Like just if you like movies that are funny, then watch this movie. It's a good movie. Like just watch it. Watch it again. Let's go ahead and look at Patty. Patty. Okay, maybe we'll get Patty. There we go. We got Patty. All right. So Patty is got her Proton Pack. I'm going to lean her forward just a little bit so that she doesn't want to fall over. Although the stands do a pretty good job of keeping them upright. And so here we go. We have Patty right here. You know what? That's a pretty good Patty. Now, I feel like it's missing earrings on the side. Like it should have had earrings printed on the sides of the thing. And I know... Oh, she does have her necklace. Okay, so she does have the necklace. You know, let me adjust this. There we go. So, there you go. Yeah, she has her Patty necklace. But I see they could have put rings on the sides, and then either way the character was facing, the earrings would still work. You see what I'm saying? You know, you have them just right on the sides, and Lego almost never does unique printing on the sides. Okay, well, hey, Lego, I'm just saying, you know, you guys are all about the awesome little details. Just a little bit of a missed opportunity here, you know, print the earrings. So, the Machiavellic says, technically, minifigs don't have ears. Okay, I will accept that to be true. Nonetheless, I just, yeah, you paint on, and see then, regardless of which way the head is facing, the rings are still in the same place. You know, because, you know, you turn the head 180 degrees, they're on either side of the head. So, slime! Thank you for that. So, yeah, she's pretty good Patty figure. You know, I like the hair. Yeah, she's got good hair. Same Proton Pack and pretty much same body, except that it has her initials and it has her necklace. So she looks good. And last but not least, we have Holtzman. Can I get Holtzman? Maybe I can get Holtzman. Here is Holtzman. There we go. And so there we go. Holtzman has a canister of salty parabolas, and you know what? In recognition of Holtzman, we got salty parabolas because, you know, you try saying no to these salty parabolas. They are good. They are good. Wasn't there a thing like a decade ago about the diet versions having something in them that caused anal leakage. Wasn't that a thing? It wasn't Pringles, but yes. Chips had olestra, which could cause that problem. I'm just going to assume that they don't have that anymore. I mean, I really like this jumpsuit, so I'm just saying. All right, I'm stopping. I meant to have one. I had 4. So anyway, let's take a look at Holtzman. She's got her own can of Pringles, and Monica also provided that. And I like how you gave her the lid too. Yeah, she's holding the thing. So yeah, she has. Oh wow, they really did a lot on her jumpsuit. Yeah, she's got the bandolier with the grenades, and yeah, her goggles and her expression. Yeah, this is a good. Okay, I think Holtzman here, best minifig of the set. And she has the 2 pistols. That's really important. So here's the other thing that happens in the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. You have this scene where they're fighting all these ghosts, and they've got all these things that disperse the ghosts. And avid readers of the IDW comic book series will recognize that in the long term is actually very bad, because the PK energy doesn't go away. It just continues to accumulate when a ghost is dispersed rather than trapped. But nonetheless, they use it effectively in this scene to blow up ghosts and to punch ghosts. And there's this great scene where Holtzman has her pair of proton pistols, and she takes out all of these ghosts, and it's all slow motion and action hero-y, and it's like, you know, at the end, it's "You've been Holtzman!" And it's, you know what, I love that part of the movie. Once again, goosebumps every time. Tim Kangaroo says, technically, a Pringle is a hyperbolic paraboloid. Well, you know what? I think that Tim Kangaroo has made an astute assessment, and with that, I will eat this hyperbolic salty paraboloid and toast Tim Kangaroo for out-Holtzmaning Holtzman. This one's for you, Tim Kangaroo. Very good. All right, so yeah, we got Holtzman. She got her little pistols there. That's great. And you know, I'm going to show this off too. So this is not an official figure. That you made this. So Rowan, in his human form, worked at a hotel, and so he had this red bellhop type uniform, and he had a very big head, and his hair was yeah, he sort of had a pompadour. Yeah, he had a bit of a pompadour, and they didn't have a minifig of Rowan in his human form, so Monica made one, and if you look here, that's pretty good. That's you know, he's got a little bit of the Captain Kirk thing going there, you know, from the movies, and he had built these devices that would charge the different kinetic points, the ley lines, that would weaken the barrier between the afterlife and the real world. And so Monica made Rowan a Rowan North figure. I didn't even know his last name was North. Okay, Rowan North figure with hyper ionization device. So yeah, that's all Monica being cool, because I married a very cool woman. Yeah, that's what it is. So let's just go ahead, because honestly, I've shown it before on this channel, and it's worth seeing again. We have the Lego Ghostbusters Firehouse, which was released in January of 2016. It is 4,634 pieces. It's retired now, so they're no longer making it. And it's upwards of $1,200. We did not pay $1,200. I'm sorry. I don't care what I don't care if they build a working Lego Pac-Man machine where the animations are actually Lego pieces. Like physical Lego pieces. Not like an LCD screen with pictures, okay? It's mechanical and it still plays the game. I am not paying $1,200 for a Lego set. At all. I want to say that it was about $300 when we got it. That was the only thing I got Monica that year for Christmas. So once they retried to go up in price. Oh, once they retired, they go up in price. Okay, got it. So anyway, here we go. This is the Lego Firehouse. Now, this was technically for the original Ghostbusters, but obviously because they end up in the same building by the end of the 2016 movie, and they specifically made the vehicles the same size, then the 2016 Ghostbusters also work with this. I mean, it's Lego. Everything is, the whole point of Lego is that everything is part of the system. And so you can see this here. It's we've got some little accents. There's some slime coming up here, and there's a dog with a peat. Oh, I said it, didn't I? I said the thing. Oh, good. There's some stuff bubbling up there. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we have stuff, and we added a taxi. The taxi wasn't part of the set, but it's important. We got a little zombie guy here. We got a zombie guy there, and then we got like a dead baseball player, and we got ghosts. There's like a ghost guy there, and a gargoyle. The gargoyle, was that original or was that added? Added? Okay, and we added this guy. So there's this there's this little specter thing which you can't quite see on camera, but it's close, and a ghost dude. Which just kind of looks like what's his name from the Lego movie? Dead guy. I forget the character's name. Okay, you know what? Somebody in chat can tell us what the ghost guy in the Lego movie was. I forget his name right now. Morgan Freeman. All right, so we've got Holtzman lying down on the job, which doesn't seem like a very Holtzman thing to do. This of course opens up, and so you've got these little what? Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna do this and not break anything. So here we go. And. Oh, you know what? My Lego characters, their foot plates were kind of holding it together. So, gosh, they're all standing on the divide. So this opens up like this. And it's a cool thing. We've got Dead Chef over here. and that's pretty cool. We got a skeleton guy over here, and then you've got Louis Tully from the first Ghostbusters here, and the demon dog on the pool table. That's very, very nice, and all sorts of little details in the background. We got a computer, we got a boom box. There's some lab equipment and some jars of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's that word right there. So there's some jars of that, and or jelly. It could be jelly, but we know what it is. And then yeah, they've got a Stay Puft video game in the back. Wait here, it's behind the Spectre. I'm gonna have to. Can I? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move the Spectre. I mean, I guess I can show the Spectre here. Wait, let me do this. So there's the Spectre, and she's like, and they got the clear stuff down here, so it looks like she's floating, and that's cool. But really, what I wanted to show you is this little detail. This is cool. So they got a little arcade machine, and it's a Ghostbusters video game. So with a Stay Puft, like a digital Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So that's pretty cool. I mean, this is Tim Kangaroo says it has a fireman's pole. Does it work? Can we stay here tonight? We should sleep here. I'm gonna get my stuff. So, and actually it does work. So let's go ahead and show that. Let's transition and. Okay, you know what? I feel like Abby. Whoa! Oh, Holtzman, poor Holtzman. Yeah, you can just lay up there. Okay, so let's take Abby here, and she's gonna take her little thingy right there, and I'm gonna set it right there. So now we know where it is, and you have these handles. Going to spin that. There we go. And then the hands clip onto the handle here. Okay, so let me rotate this a little bit closer to the camera. Okay, are we ready? Okay, here she goes. Huh? Oh wait, her Proton Pack got caught. So there we go. And see, what's cool is you can also do this, I think. Well, it's okay. It really doesn't work in reverse. I thought it might, but you know, I should probably take off the Proton Pack. Yeah, here. We'll just take off. It has a little clip in the back, so we can take that off. There we go. So, all right, Abby. There we go. There we go. Oh, that was a good one. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna zoom in because I feel like we can get a better view of that. I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but that was cool, and I want to show it again. And all right, so there we go. All right. Oh, come on! Abby! Come on, Tina, eat your steak. There we go. Oh, yeah, that was the stuff. That was the stuff. Bam! Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. And the Proton Packs, yes, Tim, they should be stored on the ground floor. Tim Kangaroo was pointing out that they should be stored on the ground floor. So anyway, and oh yeah, actually they are, because wait here, let's go back. Let's show more. So we've got, let's see, let me pull the Ecto One out. And I'm going to set the Ecto One aside. Let's see if we can. So this is just a neat detail here. If I can get it in there. Oh, I wish I could get the camera to focus in on this better. It's very blurry. But there's a copy of Ghost from Our Past, which is the book. There we go. So, and I'll just loosen the little thingy so I can move the camera around. So there's Ghost from Our Past, and you can see the bathroom there. That's pretty cool. They got a bathroom, and it seems to be having some stuff problems. I'm not going to say what kind of stuff. And oh, there's a zombie head in the toilet, so that's good. And then there we go. Look at that. They have their lockers, so that's cool. And then the Proton Packs. Where would the Proton Packs? Oh, in the lockers. If I open them, are they? So. Oh, look at that! Ha! Yeah. Oh, wait, here. You missed it. So that Proton Pack right there in the locker. And here, wait, we'll open another one. There we go. Look at that. So, because, they're already wearing their jumpsuits. So, of course, the Proton Packs are in there. Yeah. So, there we go, Tim. Yeah. Proton Packs. Stored on the bottom floor just like they should be. I'm just going to set these right here. And you can see some of the other cool details in this set. You can see that they've got the desk set up, and it's got the phone. And then we've got Kevin's artwork. See, that was one of his original concepts for a logo, because the ghost is, the hot dog is floating above the house because a ghost is holding the hot dog. And you love that the windows are blocked in photography lab. Wait, where's the photography lab? Which floor? Top floor. Okay, wait here. So, wait here. Making adjustments. All right, so there we go. And yeah, okay, wait here, right here. Yeah, they block the windows. Look at that. And then they have the burned pictures. And that was from Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, that's a deep cut. So there we go. And it's got the little camera there, the magnifying glass. That's cool. That is so cool. They got a little fire extinguisher. This set is just, there's so much cool stuff going on. And then there, once again, we can see the book. And let me just go over here so that you can see a good view of the equipment and the top floor. And then we get the skeleton and the chef. And yeah, it's just such a neat thing. Dana is floating above the bed. Oh, holy crap. Yeah. Dana is floating above the bed because she sleeps above her covers. 4 feet above her covers. Yeah, that's cool. That is very cool. So let's whoa. Okay, I didn't know that it could go even closer. Yeah, you can see Dana there, and then we can see their kitchen table, and they got a fire in there, and there's our little chef guy. So yeah, there's even food in the fridge, but it's all junk food. Do you eat this stuff? I mean, really? Dana, and yeah, there we can really see the Ghost from Our Past book. That's cool. And I actually have a copy of that. Wait a minute, here, let me switch views. So here, pass me my copy of Ghost from Our Past. Oh wait, do I have it right here in front of me? I must have it right here in front of me. So they actually made a copy of the book from 2016 Ghostbusters, Ghosts from Our Past, both literally and figuratively, the study of the paranormal. It's a fun book. It's fun. I have. Well, okay, I've read half of it. Reading takes a long time. And I never seem to have time to do that. We also have a Ghostbusters golden. What was that? The little golden books. So and that's adorable. So yeah, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. It's gonna be Ghostbusters. So I feel like we've so done this. Like we have killed this. We have so much Ghostbusters 2016 stuff. People are going to be like, "Wow, that's a lot of Ghostbusters 2016 stuff." And maybe you are, or maybe not. But you're thinking it. You're thinking it. Oh yeah, and lots of Lego. We got a lot of Lego. And honestly, Lego toys are awesome. The fact that you can pretty much make anything that they didn't make for you. That Monica can create her own little Rowan since they didn't make one of their own, and the camera's not going to show it. But the fact that Monica can do stuff like that, and she can give Holtzman Pringles, and infinitely customizable, but also infinitely detailed and just so cool. So yeah, Lego stuff is awesome. 2016 Ghostbusters is awesome. Ghostbusters Afterlife, not bad. Not bad. I would love to love it. I think that it had a fantastic cast, and that it definitely did some things really, really well. But if I just want to sit down and watch a movie for fun that makes me laugh and that also at the same time scares me just a little bit, then I'm either going to watch the original one or the 2016 one. Those are the two best. And at this point, I like them both pretty much as the other. Now, it might not be a fair comparison because I've watched the 1984 version like probably hundreds of times. So it is a little bit played out for me. So if at this point the newer one is newer, but still. So that's it. I really hope that you enjoyed our Ghostbusters live stream. I hope that you enjoyed all of these 2016 toys and also our spoiler-free review. I tried my best not to give anything away about this movie if you're planning on seeing it. And feel free. If you see the movie and you're like, oh my god, it was the best movie ever, and you think that my review is way off, go ahead and tell me what you love about the new movie. If you saw the 2016 movie and you thought it was great, go ahead and tell me what you thought. In fact, I'm just going to say, tell me in the comments, what is your favorite Ghostbusters movie? There have been 3, and I'm going to just go ahead and say... Oh, there have been 4. Yeah, there's been 4. And I'm going to say that also the Ghostbusters cartoons, you can throw those in too. Yeah. Oh, there's also the video game. But... Oh, yes, that's right. There was the third-person shooter style that they kind of considered the third installment of the series. So technically Afterlife would be Ghostbusters 4. Yes. So, yeah, go ahead. If you love Ghostbusters, tell us about it in the comments. And so we are a small channel trying to get bigger. If it is not too much trouble, then please hit the thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know when we're posting other stuff. Because, at some point, I'm not going to be working out of town all the time, and I'm going to be able to produce some new Short Circuits videos. Who knows? Maybe this weekend. That crazy things could happen. They could happen. next week, next Friday, it is Black Prime Day, and you know what that means. Dark colored leaders, and we're probably going to get more and more liberal with that as the Black Friday thing keeps going. But yeah, so Black Prime Black blah, 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 blah. I'm Dracula. I say blah blah blah. Next Friday, Black Prime Day. Be there or be somewhere else. But don't be a salty parabola. So with all that being said, a huge thank you to all of you for showing up. This was fun. I'm so glad that I'm back home and that I got to spend this time with all of you. And thank you for tuning in. And so a toast to Robus. And see, I did it again. One of these days I'll learn to drink. A toast to the Machiavellic. A toast to joy. Joy to the live stream. Because joy. A toast to Colleen. A toast to Paul. A toast to Osaka Jack. A toast to Asher and Michael Spicer. A toast to Connie, Nathan, Lyric, and Cadence Fillion. A toast to Fetch Beer. And by the power of Grayscale, a toast to Grayscale. And a toast to Tim Kangaroo. Have a wonderful weekend, and for all of you here in the United States where we like to be gluttons on the 4th Thursday of every November, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will see you next week on Friday. Have a wonderful weekend and a happy holiday. Yeah, we did it. We showed all sorts of 2016 Ghostbusters toys. I don't know if anybody realized that they made toys for that movie. But now they do. Probably jealous. I didn't mean to make you guys jealous. That's not what I do this for. You know. Yeah. Don't click thumbs down. Oh wait, what? One up? One down. I don't know what that means. Oh, one thumbs down? Did we get a thumbs down? Oh, we got a thumbs down! Oh my gosh, somebody gave us a thumbs down! It was probably that man baby comment. That's probably what